I think this is very much the thing we've seen happen for some time with this cohort. It is that obviously social media is a prime way that they consume news and understand news. And a lot of social media in this conflict has been very, very biased against Israel and, frankly, in favor of the terrorists. So it might be of no surprise that we've got some young people who've been lulled into believing that this is the real deal, as it were.
With this, because the police can make as many arrests at these protests where people are holding up placards, for example, or chanting things that are in direct support, obvious support for a terrorist group. But it's much more difficult to change how people think, isn't it, Alan?
Yeah, totally. I mean, the marches are one thing. You've got obviously egregious examples of anti-Semitism and of pro-terrorist support there. And you mentioned that the police arrest them. Actually, a lot of the time they don't arrest them. The worrying thing is that we hear that they might arrest them afterwards. But I think one of the big problems of the marches, as opposed to, for example, what happened in the disgraceful scenes this summer when the police did act very quickly, is that justice is not seen to be being done at the protest marches. You see arrests, being made afterwards. But what the public really want is for criminality to be called out there and then. That will leave a much more vaster impression on people and might actually change people's minds if you see that. The broader question you're asking about social media, of course, in the sense of how do you change mindsets there? Well, we have to have an understanding of what social media is. And people think, it's some public service production. It isn't. Social media is run by private companies. And some of these companies are very open to allowing disinformation on their platforms. And that disinformation then does, obviously cause people to believe, oh, that's real, that's true, might shape their mind in that set. And there's got to be a whole pushback, hasn't there, in the information area to make sure that lies are rooted out and the truth gets told.